let's talk about the order of cash flow in a real estate investment. Sometimes I hear newer investors or people who are thinking of becoming real estate investors say something along the lines of, oh, I should buy a house in that neighborhood. The rents are $2,000 a month. My mortgage would only be $1,500. That's $500 a month in income. That is not true, and they're not looking at the full picture yet. So let's break down what is happening with real estate cash flow. First is the rent coming in, right? Whether it's a single family home, a commercial building, an apartment building, a mobile home community, you have rent coming in. That's the basis of real estate investing. And then on the way out, you have your expenses. So let's start with debt. The bank is going to get paid first. And whether it's a true bank or sometimes in our case, we bring on debt investors who have loans with us. Those are the first people to get paid back, is your debt. Next comes your monthly expenses. We may have a property manager, we have taxes, we have insurance, repairs come up, right? Even vacancy. There's always going to be some vacancy happening in the long run of a property. Then third would be reserves. So after your day-to-day expenses, we have to reserve money because we know there will be expenses coming up even if they haven't happened this month. Things like needing to replace a roof, re-gravel a driveway, fix potholes. These things are going to happen. HVAC systems are going to break down, but they don't happen every month. So we hold money aside knowing they will happen at some point in time. After we have our reserves, that is when the investors, equity investors in a property, if you have equity investors, that's when they would get paid. And then lastly would be the sponsor, the person who's putting the deal together. And if there aren't equity investors, then just you as the owner of a real estate property, that is when you get paid. And so make sure if you are looking at a property to invest in that you've thought of these different things, including vacancy and property management and all the hidden expenses that tend to come up with real estate. And while we're sort of thinking about the order of cash flow, I think this is a good tie into other times I talk a lot about the difference in debt investing versus equity investing. Now, notice the debt investors, right? The people who have loans against properties that we own and we pay them on a monthly basis, they get paid at the top in first position. And then equity investors, they get paid in position 4 after reserves. And there I have a whole video and blog post on the differences in equity and debt investing and which one is right for different people. But one of the benefits of being a debt investor and getting those interest payments and not having an ownership stake in the property is that you are paid at first. So there is less risk typically in those types of investments. Hopefully this was helpful in understanding cash coming in, cash going out, and what cash actually gets in your pocket.